Are there people in there?
No, not yet.
Oh.
No, it would have a number up there.
Oh, okay.
Really not even hungry, low key. Oh, we'll see. Hi, Bella. Hi, Nasi. Hi, Mish. I was talking to this woman today. Hi, Davida, who's an astrologer. And one of my followers sent me her video about Taylor's chart. Hi, Maggie. You. Were you really, Mish? That's so funny. Hi, Adelaide. Hi, Kiki. Hi, Amina. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank you so much. Hello, hello. I just seen you on the other live.
She is a beast.
I hopped in because you were on. Yes, I am live today, Mish. I am. Amina, I heard y'all talking about that Rolling Stones article. You know I went looking for it. I can't even find anywhere with like screenshots of it. I really want to see what was written. I only was able to select, you know how like they'll like cache the article where like you can see a blurb of it when you look it up, but then everything else is gone. Exactly. Thank you so much for the likes. It helps us to share out, y'all. Hello, hello. So I did see like even the titles alone were like a lot. Like, what are y'all talking about? But yeah, baby, they took that shit down. You hear me? Gone immediately.
What was it?
It was an article where basically Rolling Stone. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find it on Reddit or somewhere, but Rolling Stone basically was saying how Huda was bullied all season. Hi, how are you? Oh, you have it, Zuzu? Will you inbox it to me? Will you put it into my DMs? Slide into my DMs. Hey, Kiana. Hey, y'all. Thank you so much. Hi, Mimi. Thank you so much, Zuzu. Okay. Amina, that's what I'm going to do. Babe, will you get into X? Because I need to see this. So, y'all know that typically I don't talk about certain people on here. Hi, Guadalupe. Kiana, I want to talk about, that's what I was about to say. Y'all know I don't typically talk about certain people on here. Hi, Shantae. But I'm thinking that I might devote a day to like my like names that shall not be spoken. Glow Up, hello, Glow Up. Okay, y'all, Glow Up. Hi, Londa. Glow Up from PCOS is a person that I got a video inbox to me where they did a reading on Taylor's chart. And when I tell y'all that it's basically everything that I've been talking about as a clinician about that man is also like astrologically accurate about that man. So I'm trying to get Glowing Up to do like a co-host with me. I think it would be interesting for y'all to hear. They went into a lot of detail. Hi, Non-Lie. Hi, Keegan. Okay. Period. Hello, y'all. So I want to talk about our like forbidden topics. Our forbidden topics. Yeah. Love Island's vilification of Middle Eastern contestants. Which I don't disagree with, but I want to see what's actually in that article. Because what it seemed like from just what I saw. Hi, everyone. Hello. Thank you for the likes to share us out. Hello, Tata. Hi, Isra. Okay, see, yeah, addictive. That's what I'm hearing, is that they just did not give accurate representation, and that they attempted to like paint Shelly and Alandria as mean girls.
What you looking for?
Hold on. Thank you, Tata. Hi, listen, Linda. Yeah, Leah, I'm sure she don't play that, because she was gonna but I wanted us to actually, y'all, I want to give a, y'all know, so if you were here, they removed it. They removed it from everywhere. Addictive Aubrey. It's not on their site. It's not. It's not anywhere. It's gone. Oh, I'm sure she didn't. Zuzu Pyres, but is it like still on Rolling Stone's page, or they're just screenshots on TikTok, right? Yeah. Yeah, they got rid of the article. Like, as far as like, you can't just like go to Rolling Stone and like find the article. Just screenshots. Yeah, the article is gone. Yeah, I think they knew, right? I'm hearing, okay, Queen. So basically, Rolling Stone put an article out yesterday. It was a day ago, it said. Because like you can see like the cache from the website, but the actual article is gone. Hi, Nikki. But Rolling Stone put out an article yesterday where basically they attempted to villainize the two black women from this season in order to uplift Huda. Hey, Mimi. Hey, Kay. Where they basically tried to say, oh, I don't like this on here.
It's weird here.
Yeah. So they had, it looked like they had honestly 2 articles at one point. I think the other one like didn't get as big, because I had found 2 different articles. But they're both gone. So the most recent one was Love Island's vilification of Middle Eastern contestants needs to end. And that was posted on the 22nd, so yesterday. No, 2 days ago. Wait, what's today? Today's 23rd, yesterday. And yes, Amina, there was another one about just Huda, it seemed like, from June. Rolling Stone, Sparkle. But they deleted it all. It's all gone at this point. It's all gone. But y'all, I do want us to... Hi, Dark Skin Lover Girl. Hi, Adoa. Hi, T. Hi, Dakayla. Hi, Destiny. Hi, Alicia. Thank you for the likes. Yeah, I mean, they knew to like get that out of here. Thank you, Dark Skin Lover Girl. Hi, Ari. They knew to get that out of here. You know what I mean? Like, they knew. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the likes, y'all. They knew that that was not a good idea. And it still, it goes back to the conversation around, right? Like, it gets written, somebody looks at it, somebody edits it, somebody approves it, and y'all fucking put it out before you realize it was wrong. It went through all these fucking checkpoints and still got put out to the public, and then y'all realized it was wrong. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, they don't care until it begins to impact their brand, right? Like, they actually don't give a fuck. And I'm sure in their mind, they're like being woke, right? But this is, when your wokeness is rooted in anti-blackness, you're not woke, babes. Oh, hello. Hello, big queen shit. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you caught a live. Oh, Mish, is that right? That they don't have the Rolling Stone Minute doesn't have the same approval process? No, no, Mir, it's gone. It's gone. And I mean, rightfully so. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, they had like it looks like more than one. So there's one that's titled Love Island's vilification of Middle Eastern contestants needs to end. And then there's another one that says Huda Mustafa archives. And it says, oh, well, I'll read you the first part because again, you can see the cash, but you can't see anything else. It says, what was problematic? While that was problematic on its own, Huda got the most hate from her castmates and those online as a result of her outwardly sexual behavior. Are y'all, that's why she got hate?
That's crazy.
But we didn't have nothing to say about Hannah and Iris. Like literally just making shit up, trying to act like because she's some sexually liberated woman that the rest of us are like, hi, Nikisha, that people are like, oh my God, oh, clutching my pearls. Hi, Atia, hi, Miss Suburb. Like that's not accurate. And y'all know it's not fucking accurate, but that's what you want to run with because that's what feels easiest. Hi, Prototype, rather than actually looking at, okay, I'm gonna see if I can find it on X real quick. And then there's another one that says Huda Mustafa archives, and it says, hold on, y'all. The treatment of Huda Mustafa in season 7 and Leah Kateb, I don't know how to say her last name, in season 6 exemplify the show's willingness to denigrate cast members from the region. Maybe that's also from the article. Oh, it's on Threads? Leave it to Threads to have it for show, because Threads is not as, like, popular and, like, being watched, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, they're attempting to, like, defend her, but are doing, again, when it's rooted in anti-blackness. You know what? It's damage control for who, though? I'm on Threads, Emirates. I be lurking. I don't really say too much or nothing, but I'm on that mug. Yeah, it's Nikisha. I agree. Hi, Smut Me, please. Hi, Shonda. The way she misrepresented the girls' comments is malicious. Their teams need to get on it. So you think that info was just taken from Huda HQ because that's been their argument all season, that people are shaming her because she's... And I don't even think, like, if I want to keep it a buck with y'all, I don't perceive Huda as sexually liberated. I perceive Huda as sexually manipulative. Sexually manipulative. I perceive her as actually just using sex transactionally, but not as like a liberated, like she's not inhabiting her sexuality in a liberated way to me. Hey, boo. And they're misrepresenting what Leah said as well about her bullying. Yeah, and using Leah is actually laughable because that girl stood on business the minute she got out. Exactly. Dark Skin Lover Girl, did you read it or you like have screenshots? Huda is the, hi Nola girl, Huda is the classic case of a non-black woman that wants to be within black culture but don't actually have no black friends. and the proximity that she has to blackness is via fucking black men and explicitly probably black men that are the only requirement for her to be the ideal for them is that she not be black. And so she's dealing with a bunch of self-hating black men who hate black women, but she wants to still somehow be in community with us, right? Really, because, you know, sometimes people with low self-esteem, they will surround people with people that they think are beneath them. And that's why every time we heard that girl talking about what she wanted in the villa, it was always in comparison to a black woman. Well, Shelly's getting that. Because she just, again, and I know we've said this 1,000 times, but she literally could not believe that she wouldn't be the preference, because the black men that she deals with led her to believe that she always would be. Right? And that's why she altered her body in order to have black features without having to be a black woman. Oh, Zuzu. Okay. Let me think. Zuzu, do you have Threads? Yeah, Dara, it's gone though. That's what we're talking about. It's gone now. I didn't set her name a couple of times, so I know her little minions are about to be summoned to the chat, y'all. So mods, please, I know y'all will, but yeah. I done said Beetlejuice too many fucking times in here. Hi, Lucy. Yes, Kenny. They posted and deleted it everywhere, and the person that wrote it privated it. Dara, because apparently, I haven't read it, but apparently they mischaracterized a lot of things in order. Okay, Zuzu, I have an Instagram. It's MRS and then X limit. If you want to request me and send it on there. But yeah, oh, Maya. Yeah, Mona went ahead and privated herself as well because of the backlash that she was, I'm sure, and knew that she was going to receive as a result. Let me see. I'm going to get on my Instagram real quick so that you can. No, yeah, you're fine. Babe, actually, will you just type it in the chat? I'm going to have Chris type it in the chat. MRS and then X limit. There it is for you, Zuzu. That's my handle on there. And then let me log in so that I can approve you. Cause y'all, this is anywho, yeah, that shit is crazy. Okay. Rolling Stone put out an article that basically said, okay, Hilga was bullied by the black girls in the villa, and that she was simply a sexually liberated woman. It's not funny. And everybody was just tripping, basically. You know, somebody did mention that apparently it was like Rolling Stone Minna, and so maybe they don't have like the same verification like process that it had to go through in order to get posted, and maybe that's why. Like maybe it was online, but it's gone now, Zoe. It's gone. They got rid of it. Okay, Snowy's daughter. So Zuzu just sent it to me. I'm logging into my Instagram. Okay. Yeah, I have your notification that you requested me, Zuzu. Okay, I just confirmed you so that you should be able to message me. Hi, Siobhan. So we're talking about this Rolling Stone article that came out, and then what's my handle? Y'all, my Instagram is really just me and my kids and my husband, so I don't have no content like this on there.
So that's not a place y'all need to follow.
They said that Shelly Melandria's fan base is not lying. I'm like, oh no, I'm over there being like a hoochie and a parent. No. No professional commentary. They're based in LA. Okay. Period. Because it's the argument that it is like y'all, I'm telling you, Kids Man, I be trying to be honest with y'all. Okay, hold on. No, it's not in here yet. Hold on. But yeah, they try to say constantly that the fan bases that are doing it are like, oh, maybe, hold on. Are okay. Okay, Zuzu, I just did. And you know what? That's really what it be about. Is that it be, okay. Okay, I got screenshots, y'all. Hold on. Y'all want me to read this to y'all? Not on the Wayback Machine. Luna, did you really? Okay. Is that like an app that I can go to? This is so interesting. Okay. It says on the show's most recent season, contestant Yasmin Pettit was slammed from the start. Similarly to Huda, her sexuality and make no apologies outlook to finding love in the villa earned her hate online and from her fellow contestants, particularly the other women. I think that's talking about Yasmin, that part. Particularly the other women in the villa who labeled her boring. While over time she became the fan favorite. Yeah, see, that's talking about, hold on. It's talking about a bunch of different women, y'all, so hold on.
Shit, the screenshot is not the whole portion.
Uh-huh. Let me read y'all the part about Huda. The Wayback Machine. Y'all know that I am almost 40, right? Okay, hold on. Is it like an actual, like, is it an app? Or is it like a web page? I'm going to Google it and figure it out. Okay. Got it. Okay. And then, let me see if I can just paste that back in. Okay, I'm looking to see if I can get it on the Wayback Machine, y'all. Okay. Goodness. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure that there's going to be some level of like legal repercussion around it, y'all. Wait, so did you just search it in the main? Oh, never mind. I think you searched it right here. Hold on. Hi, Diane. I'm trying to find the Rolling Stone article about Huda. Because they took it down. And so they're saying I can find it on the Wayback Machine. You copied the original link and added it to the search. Okay. 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 Y'all ready? Let's see if it'll stop tripping. Stop tripping. It wants to go away so bad. It's like glitching. Come on and just hold. Okay. It wants to go so bad. Hi, Dobby. I just found the archived version of this Huda article, and I was gonna read it to y'all. Come on, stop fucking playing with me, bro. Make it stop glitching, babe.
I don't know how to do that. That's just the article. It's saying it's loading.
Maybe it's because so many people are on the fucking website right now.
Yeah.
Okay, there it goes. As the highly anticipated Love Island USA Season 7 reunion nears and we prepare... Stop fucking playing with me. And we prepare to shutter the villa doors for another year, I was moved to reflect on a few stubborn icks that are still ruminating in my mind after what might have been the show's wildest, most talked about season yet. Season 7 was plagued by racist undertones, with more than one cast member sent home for past social media posts fans dug up online. Contestant Yulissa Escobar got the boot in the first weeks of the show after producers were informed that she had used the N-word in a podcast and on multiple occasions online, while Sierra Ortega, who made it to the final days of the show, was asked to leave after fans... Y'all, it's glitching so bad. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me see if I can just screenshot it. Like, get it to hold long enough for me to screenshot. Babe, show me how to screenshot on this.
Send me a screenshot on the phone.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to show you.
No, I got it. I'll figure it out. Thank you. Did it do it? Was that it? See, I don't have an Apple. He's talking about same way you do it on a phone.
Don't try to front me in front of people.
Let me hold it. Did it? I'm gonna do it faster. Hold on, y'all. Ready? Yeah. Okay. Oh, motherfucker. Okay, hold on. Let me read the first screenshot to y'all. Go away. Where's it at, babe? Oh, okay, I can do that too. Go to the page real quick again. And then print it as a PDF. So like
Right. That should be it. What's that? It's this right here.
hold on, y'all. Can we just save it to files? But it don't even look like it's there though, right?
Yeah, it's nothing there. We're gonna try it and see.
Y'all are so funny. I'm sorry, y'all. We're trying to get it pulled up for you. Okay, go back to it. Let me see. I think it's too many people on this site right now. Wait, one of y'all has... No, yeah, Kimberly, it's deleted, but it's on the Wayback Machine. Will you get my laptop for me? It's because I'm on an Apple.
That ain't got shit to do with it.
Okay, maybe it's not glitching. While Sierra Ortega, who made it to the final days of the show, was asked to leave after fans found old social media posts of her making a racial slur aimed at the Asian community. And while the show has vowed to not have another season like this one as it implements a stricter vetting process, there's a theme that rang through for me, and one that isn't necessarily unique to this season: the vilification of its Middle Eastern cast members. Having Middle Eastern people on Love Island USA, women in particular, is a new development. One spearheaded by Leah Kateb. I don't know how to say Leah's last name. Sorry, y'all. Last season, and driven home further in season 7 with the show's first Arab American contestant, Huda Mustafa. From the start, Huda was hated from her own community and those outside of it. Everything from her mental health to her appearance and the way she spoke has been talked about online. And though there's no arguing that she was problematic both with the boys in the villa and the girls she tried to make friends with, the vilification of Huda was almost immediate. So much so that calls were made by host Ariana Madix to stop some of the vitriol being aimed at the Islanders online. Can you take a screenshot of this just in case? Okay, see? Okay. Love Island has the best fans across the entire globe, Maddox said during a June 21st episode of Love Island After Show After Sun. Passionate, and I love that. There's such a great, amazing communal experience when it comes to watching the show. But I do want to say something to some of those people who are online. Don't be contacting people's families. Don't be doxing people. Don't be going on Islanders pages and saying rude things. She continued, "This is a fun, amazing, beautiful show, and we should be thanking each one of these Islanders every single day for giving us themselves. Be nice. Please be nice." But that call was largely ignored by viewers, with Huda, who boasts both Palestinian and Jordanian ancestry, called a terrorist by her haters and slammed for her crash outs in the villa, earning her the nickname Hurricane Huda. Many online even suggested she seek therapy. Yeah, At one point, she was roped into making out with contestant Ilan Bibas, a Jewish influencer with ties to Israel. A moment that spurred discussion on both sides as viewers wondered if production viewed the kiss as an opportunity to make peace amongst the opposing factions. They are stretching that because that's literally just how challenges work. Ryan, this was written by Rolling Stone Minute. It has been removed, but I found it on the Wayback Machine. Thank you to a little wonderful person in here that told me that. Okay. While that was problematic on its own, Huda got the most hate from her castmates and those online as a result of her outwardly sexual behavior during challenges because she licked somebody's dick and put her pussy in their face. Stop playing with me. Both in the twerk off during Megan Thee Stallion's surprise appearance in the villa and in the heart rate challenge. I'm so sorry. Leading viewers at home to attack her motherhood. The TV personality, who was a mom to a 4-year-old daughter, most notably went viral after she informed fellow castmate Nicholas Nick Van, I don't know how to say Nick's last name, that she was in fact a mommy. The moment spawned a million memes, see Mommy Mamacita, and brought some levity to Huda's otherwise most hated arc on the show, earning her a spot in the Final Four with partner Chris Seeley. While she didn't find love, her and Chris broke up during their final date, or emerge a winner. Amaya and Brian won the top title thanks to the public votes. She did lead with the burgeoning online career, earning millions of followers over the course of the season. But even as a soft spot formed for Huda in the final weeks of the series, the negativity did not waver, as viewers applauded her breakup with Chris and cheered when she wasn't announced this season's winner. Yeah, because why would we want to reward bad behavior? That hate continued, here we go, after the show's end, as fellow contestants Alandria and Shelly, whose fans went hard against Huda online, made their feelings about their former roommate crystal clear. While they often side-eyed Huda in the villa and made tongue-in-cheek comments at her expense in an interview on Keke Palmer's Baby This Is Keke Palmer podcast, the pair flipped the narrative on its head, criticizing Huda's overly emotional moments as hypocritical, telling Palmer that they were not afforded the same grace as Black women in the villa. How often did you feel like you had to tone down, as a Black woman on a TV show? Palmer asked. It's like, if I just say a peep, it's taken out of context, Alandria finished. And now I'm the bad guy. I'm the mean girl. It's very exhausting to say the least. I really feel like me and Shelly had to tone down a lot to not cross over that boundary, because a person who looks the opposite of us, as soon as they get emotional, it's, oh, we're going to cater to this person. Grace Rolling Stone wrote this. I'm going to tell you the name of the author in a second. Huda would go on to address the hate she was met with during the season after returning home. During an interview with ET, Huda told the outlet, "I feel like I was bullied a lot in the villa, like I really do." The 24-year-old continued, "And I'm glad that other people saw it too." This is from 2 days ago. Yesterday, Mookie. It's already gone now, but it's on the Wayback Machine. I'm glad that other people saw it too, because I really 100% thought I was being bullied in the villa, and then coming out the villa and seeing that I wasn't crazy. When I felt like someone was looking at me and making fun of me, I was right. When I felt like someone was talking about me, I was right. When I felt things shifting in a certain person, I was right. I realized I should have trusted my intuition. Girl, shut the fuck up. Sorry, y'all. Let me finish. The bullying was nothing new, however, with Huda detailing her tumultuous childhood during an appearance on Call Her Daddy podcast, where, like many of us, she was called a terrorist in high school. So what happened is you identified with what you think her experience was. And so now you're trying to paint it as though she was bullied. Please, please, please. As for that hate, I always got bullied in school. People would make racial comments about me, call me a terrorist, Huda shared. This stuff happened to me in my childhood and leading into high school. As for that hate she's seen from her own fan base toward her fellow Islanders, Huda said in a separate interview, "I don't condone hate. I don't condone bullying. I don't condone any of that." Sadly, what happened to Huda is nothing new. Season 6 saw a similar trope with the now beloved Leah. Branded fiery and often misunderstood by her castmates, the show's first Persian American contestant, who went on to find love with fellow Islander Miguel, was met with hate online after the fallout from her brief romance with Rob, with many calling her manipulative and a liar. But it was the mean girl edit she got by production that shocked viewers at home the most after a bunch of critical tweets were read about her during a challenge. They need to be so fucking for real, right? Simon Thomas, Love Island executive producer and president of ITV Entertainment, meanwhile told The Hollywood Reporter in a July 2024 interview that those just happened to be the tweets that were either the most funny or entertaining or story-provoking, and insisted it wasn't a targeted thing towards Leah. Leah was forced to defend herself from the hate she received on social media after she and Miguel ended the season in second place. In the lengthy post shared to her Instagram stories last year, Leah said while in school she was called a terrorist and questioned over her immigration status due to her parents being from Iran. "I can talk about my horrible experience at the school for years. If y'all want to get into it, let's do it. But do it off your real account so I can address it specifically," Leah wrote in part. "Don't play with my character like this ever. I don't play that racist shit and I don't play that bully shit. Bye." She continued, "The second a Middle Eastern woman stands up for herself, she's a scary, angry bully. But when a white woman does, she's popping her shit. Yes, queen, spare me." Similar bullying has been on the franchise's OG series, Love Island UK, while the show was faster to introduce diversity to its cast, getting its first Persian contestant in season 5, the vilification of its Middle Eastern cast members has remained ever present. On the show's most recent season, this is the part about Yasmin. Contestant Yasmin was slammed from the start. Similarly to Huda, her sexuality and make no apologies outlook to finding love in the villa earned her hate online and from her fellow contestants, particularly the other women in the villa who labeled her boring. While over time, I'm going to tell you, Annie, in just a second. While over time she became the fan favorite of season 12, there were calls online for her to leave the show. Shakira, who is of partial Pakistani descent, was also flogged early on in the season, with some of the women in the villa taking issue with her popularity amongst the men. The divide became even more prominent as the girls filtered off into cliques, with Yasmin and Shakira ending up in a group alongside American bombshell Tony and Nigerian-Irish contestant Billy Kiss, while the other women, who were made up in large part of European descent, formed a group of their own. So yes, credit where it's due. Love Island has taken some steps toward better representation, but spotlighting diverse contestants means little if the show fails to protect them from predictable, persistent abuse, especially now when anti-Middle Eastern and anti-Muslim sentiments are gaining ground globally. The responsibility to do better is more urgent than ever. Love Island is still messy, still flawed, and maybe I'm growing out of it. But for now, it remains my guilty summer ritual. And while I'll likely keep watching, I'm doing so with a side eye of my own as I call on the show to depict its Middle Eastern cast in a better light, while also holding the viewers at home to task. Ultimately, my hope is that one day a Middle Eastern woman won't have to endure slur, suspicion, or silence just to exist on that screen, let alone win. The author of this article is Mona Khalifa. It was written on August 22nd, so yesterday. And it has already been taken down off of their website. That was insanity. It's wild, right? Because the reality is she could have made a lot of her claims are fair and can be nuanced in some ways, but rather than propping up Huda and saying, hey, Love Island, be more conscious of the way that y'all handle racism, bigotry, xenophobia, slurs, bullying from the public. She then lumped in Alandria and Shelly. I'm going to go back to that part. She said, they often side-eyed Huda in the villa and made tongue-in-cheek comments at her expense. When? I want to know when that happened. I would like her to point to the episode where that is what happened. Exactly. Exactly. It never happened. She is regurgitating shit she read from Huda HQ. Then it says, when she gets to the Keke Palmer interview, how often did you feel like you had to tone down, you know, as a black woman on a TV show? Palmer asked. It's like, if I just say a peep, it's taken out of context, Alandria said, finishing Palmer's sentence. And now I'm the bad guy. I'm the mean girl. It's very exhausting, to say the least. I really feel like me and Shelly had to tone down a lot to not cross over that boundary, because a person who looks the opposite of us, as soon as they get emotional, it's, oh, we're going to cater to this person. Now, how the fuck did she make that about Huda? Nobody else in the villa cried except for Huda? You're talking about them pitting themselves against her when you're clearly aligning it between them. Exactly. She misrepresented what Shelly and Alandria said and said it was towards Huda. All that they said was, yes, as black women, we have to be conscious about how we show up, because somebody outside of us, if they show up this way and they don't look like us, they get empathy. Whereas y'all motherfuckers, just as of this week, oh, Alandria and her white woman tears. Like, y'all just be saying anything. Swear to God. Oh, she's just looking for sympathy because she literally does not have access to her emotions according to y'all. And y'all motherfuckers not only still wrote this shit, but put this shit on the goddamn internet. Amaya and Hannah were always fucking crying. Always. Why is it about Huda? Because you want it to be about Huda. Because you actually want to fan the flames more than Shelly and Alandria's fan base ever has. Like, what are you talking about, girl? Exactly, Black Girl Makes. Shelly cried a lot, but they didn't show it. It makes you wonder why. Huda doesn't have the nickname Sadness for no reason. And the fact that she quotes Huda would go on to address the hate that she met. I felt like I was bullied a lot in the villa. Like, I really do. Huda was the bully in that villa. Did we all not watch the same show? And what really frustrates me about this, I was literally just talking to Chris about this morning, is like, exactly, the only bully in that villa this season was Hilga. That's it. That's it. She was the only person calling people names, cussing people out, screaming and yelling. She was the only person doing that. For days on end. It only stopped because that motherfucker went home. Because she ended it with the girls because they said, you know what? Okay, fine, we'll back off, right? But it only stopped with him because everybody was like, girl, get your shit together. I'm going to vote you out if you don't get your shit together. And then he finally went home. Because let Amaya tell it, she never stopped trying to press his line while he was there. And she didn't change. Production just edited her better. As Andreina told us, she was in that makeup room, that changing room, showing out for a minute, but we didn't get to see that anymore. It is very serious. She literally terrorized the whole villa, but we can't use that word, right? Like, of course, I haven't seen. And this is when I've asked Hilga fans to show me, they'll show me like a screenshot of like one post from like a page that don't got no other post and it'll have like 3 likes. Whereas y'all are going viral and it's all of y'all motherfuckers sharing that shit. It's like I would never stand for xenophobia. I'm not here for bigotry. I'm not here for none of that shit. And you don't get to hide behind your identity as a way to protect you from accountability around your behavior. She was emotionally abusive to that Billa the first few days they were there. And then this motherfucker gets on here and writes an article as though they were comparing themselves to Huda when all they said was, as black women, we had to. This was our experience because somebody that doesn't look like me, they would have somebody hold them and cater to them. But I can't show up like that. Exactly, Sparkle. She made the Billa awful for everyone and then got offended when they wanted distance. And let's clock it for what it really is. We all watch that girl isolating her own self. We saw her after the Stand On Business Challenge. I think you're probably right, Stevie, that Leah's people got this taken down. But she isolated her own self often in that Villa. And the fact that, again, this goes back to me saying it was emotionally abusive. That stonewalling, that emotionally shutting down, all of that is like, so now they have to function their entire emotional experience around you. Summer and the Skinny, that Rolling Stone article, because they mentioned Leah in it too. Exactly. He said separation for a reason. Guess what? People can decide they don't like you. That's not bullying. I don't have to like you. Is it uncomfortable for you because now you have to live with all of us that don't like you? Sure, but that's not me being a bully. That's you having to face the consequences of your own motherfucking actions. Summer and the Skinny, thank you to my viewer in here that told me that it was on the Wayback Machine. Exactly, Nikisha. You're not entitled to black women's care and energy. The way Nick was advocating for her to go, but not once did he get labeled a bully. Clock it. Dobby, I agree. Thank you, dark skin lover girl. If more Islanders would speak up and speak out, and y'all, this is why it is important to support the brands and the people that are saying we're not standing with that. We're not aligning with that. And it's why it's going to be important with your dollars for you to not support brands that are. Yeah, non-lie, I agree. I would love for someone that looks like Nick, whether it's Nick or Hannah or Iris. I need one of them to say something. And I think it could be, to your point, Shanika, they all have to call this out. It could be really powerful if it was, or Pepe, if it was a group statement together. I mean, that's true, Stevie. Iris's entire brand is indifference. I feel like Iris just be like off in La La Land. Yeah, the article just came out and I took screenshots of it so that I can have it. But yeah, like it came out just yesterday. So it's going to be interesting to see, will Peacock, they did take it down, but it's on the Wayback Machine. And so I'm taking screenshots of the entire article. Yeah, I feel like at this point now, y'all should have been said something as a network, right? But I feel like at this point, y'all have to say, Peacock, All of y'all gotta, Ariana, all of y'all gotta say something. You gotta deal with it. You gotta address it. And I agree, Miss Love, it would have to be a group statement. Otherwise, one person would have to deal with the backlash. They need some covering. You know what I mean? And again, she could have said everything that she said without including Shelly and Alandria, and I wouldn't even have a problem with a lot of it. I would be like, girl, you're a little delusional about some of it. But it's the fact that you use your anti-Black racism to protect your Middle Eastern friend because you align with her because they have shared identity. Not her friend, because she don't know her. But you wanted to protect her because y'all have shared identity. But by using anti-Blackness to do it, you could have said everything else in that fucking article without that. I need somebody to just make a compilation. Shit, maybe I'll do it. Make a compilation of every single moment that girl had. That's gonna be a whole 10-minute. Even if you just clipping it, you got to make multiple 10-minute videos on TikTok. Because I need you to be so fucking for real. They were acting like that because of her sexual, what did she say? But like because of her sexual prowess and her like the unapologetic way that she was looking to be, to find love. Exactly. Clock that. The Teen Vogue article is a great example. They talked about Shelly and Alandria's experience without mentioning Huda once. Because we can talk about their experience and what they went through and why that's not okay without even bringing her up. Why do you lack the intellectual range to do that, Mona? Luna, they mentioned her in the article. When did they say Huda's name in that article? This goes back to what I said to y'all last night, right? That a lot of Huda's fans are not fans of Huda as much as they just hate Black women. Here's what it says. Both were criticized for speaking openly with castmate Huda about her behavior. Feedback that wasn't applied equally across the villa. Does it say anything else about her in here? Okay, that's it. Yeah, and I think again, this goes back to, right? Hi, Shayla. Thank you for naming that for me, Luna. That like the stark difference between that and the Rolling Stones article, right? Is like in that one, they're saying, hey, this is what they were criticized about, because that is what they were criticized about. Every critique of them online has been in relation to her. It was context, right? Versus being like, they went on this podcast and tried to flip the narrative on its head and da-da-da. What? As if them speaking about their experience was somehow about attacking Huda. Yeah, Mona she probably gonna have to find a new job. No, she'll just do like they always do, right? Go quiet for a while. Right? Go quiet for a while and then just pop back out. With a half-ass apology and keep it pushing. So yeah, I don't think that we're going to see them I don't think that we're going to see them rekindle the friendship. I think that they're going to come to a place like of just, let's move on. I'm going to say what I need to say and let's move on. And if they haven't seen the article, which hopefully they have, I'm sure somebody probably took screenshots and inboxed it to them at this point. But, you know, I think that even if they had thought about it, like, this would be another reason, like the world in and of itself. And what's so interesting about this article too, right, is that the author is claiming that production is painting, you know, Middle Eastern. It was deleted, Keisha, but I did screenshot it. Maybe what I'll do is I'll make like a picture post on here and just put the screenshots up on a picture post. And then y'all can read it. I'm sure it should let me do that. So I'll do that when I get off. But she's claiming that like production and everyone is, yeah, I definitely will post it for y'all. Production and everyone is creating this narrative about Middle Eastern women. I don't disagree. Y'all know that I have made this argument before, right? That production absolutely is crafting a narrative, and we have to be mindful of that, especially, I know a lot of my viewers are Black people, especially as Black people, with how we engage with that narrative and not slipping into, hi Antoinette, not slipping into xenophobia or bigotry or all of that, because we can critique her behavior without it ever being about her being a Palestinian woman. Because that's not what it's attached to. It's attached to the fact that the girl has mental health issues. Period. Right? And so I've talked before in here, when I used to talk about her in here, of how we know as Black people, we know what it is like to be marginalized and to be the bottom of the rung, right? Everything is hinged against anti-Blackness. How far away can I get from Blackness, right? We're aware of that. And so not falling into that trap and realizing, yes, right now, especially in the United States, right, with what we are supporting overseas, being mindful that as Black people, as a community, right, not each individual person, but I will say as a community, we have historically been in solidarity with Palestinian community. And so not letting this be a moment where you get caught up in the bullshit and start projecting things and ingesting and taking on bigoted views about it, right? She could have had this critique of, yes, look at the way that they're crafting, look at the way that they're talking about Palestinian women, about Middle Eastern women. Look at how that she could have done that without using anti-Blackness as her her like her opposite end, right? Like not using that to attempt to bolster her argument. She could have critiqued production. Absolutely. But why we in it? Now, why am I in it? It doesn't make any sense, you know? And it's the fact that, again, and I know people want to like give her credit because she's a Palestinian woman, and exactly, Perpy. And I get that, and I also know, because she has public pages, that she's not ever spoken out publicly about what's happening before she went in that villa, right? So people are also doing to her what they do to lots of people, right? What they do to Black people. Oh, because you are a part of that community, you must speak for that community. She don't speak for the trees. We ain't never seen her speak for the fucking trees. Y'all know what I'm referencing? What movie I'm referencing? I'm referencing the Lorax. Where the Lorax is the person that speaks for the trees. Anyway, we've never seen her do that, right? So it's like to assume simply because she's a Palestinian woman that she now is speaking for Palestinian people or represents them actually is dehumanizing to her, if we want to keep it a buck. No, I wasn't calling her a bird, Jim. That's why I was like, let me clarify. No, I'm quoting the movie The Lorax. Like, we've never seen her do that. And it's actually dehumanizing and separates her from her humanity to say that simply because she's Palestinian, she must be aligned with protection of Palestinian people. We don't know that about her. We don't know that about her. She hasn't told us that. Ebony, you ain't wrong. We don't know that about her. That's like assuming, like Miss Kiki, how we were talking the other day about her doing that podcast with Jonathan Majors. We don't, as a Black person, I don't align with everything for Black people. Not everybody is my kinfolk. I don't root for everybody Black. I don't. And so to assume that she must be against it simply because she's a Palestinian woman, that girl ain't said nothing. Not before or after, as far as I know. Jennifer, are you saying that because she said it on another platform prior to her going in the villa? So it's actually I don't feel like this author made it any better. I feel like she only made it worse because of the way that she did it. Oh, Jennifer, I haven't seen it. Ebony, basically Rolling Stones wrote an article about Huda and about well, that's true too, Jen. It is an opinion piece. You are correct. Wrote an opinion piece. Thank you, Jasmine, about Huda and how and they mentioned other like Middle Eastern women on Love Island and the way that production or Love Island represents them. And in this article, I'm actually going to post, I will post for y'all a picture thing on here because I took screenshots of it because it's gone now from everywhere, or you can go to the Wayback Machine. It's on there too if you want to. But basically, she said, these Middle Eastern women are being misrepresented by Love Island, and she could have stopped there, but she didn't. And instead, what she did was she added in Elan as like, oh, Love Island producers were trying to like make peace between these two factions because he is an Israeli man. and how they like schemed to have them kiss, as if everybody don't be kissing fucking everybody in the challenge on that show, but whatever. And then quoted Alandria from the Keke Palmer interview, where Alandria says that she's aware that as a Black woman, she doesn't get basically the same sympathy as people that don't look like her. And they said that that was her flipping the narrative onto like Huda. Even though, you know, in the villa, they were side-eyeing her and had made cheeky remarks about her. So basically, she fueled the additional claim of them being mean girls to Hilga and being bullies. Perpy asks, do I think that Leah should speak out like she did last year since her name was mentioned? It definitely was, she giggles, a misrepresentation and a lot of reaching. Yes, this article was posted yesterday, but it's already been taken down. I will say, Perpy, I don't know that she needs to. I'm of the mind, like a lot of people out here were like, exactly. Like Leah may have been part of the reason it got taken down. You know what I mean? Like she may not feel like she needs to keep saying everything out loud. She's just going to make sure it goes away. And I think at this point, Leah has told us like where she stands. So I don't think she like has to. But I also don't think it would be like I'm not one of those people that like, you know, is like enough is enough. I think you always should be leveraging your privilege. It is exhausting and we still have to do it. As a cisgendered person, I have to always leverage my privilege. It doesn't matter how fatiguing it gets. Oh well. That's part of the task of having privilege. But I'm not going to be mad if she doesn't, if that makes sense. Jasmine, it was an article by, I agree, Nola girl. I agree. Production needs to, and they should have been saying something. You know, Summer and the Skinny, I agree with that. I think it is complicated, right? Like, I do feel like, to some extent, like, these people deserve to live their lives without having to respond to everything that's in the fucking media about them. You know what I mean? And as long as she's feeling loved and supported, and I think this goes for Shelly as well. You know what I mean? Obviously, her partner is a Black man, right? But I can also appreciate them just choosing to make a safe space for them. And again, and I say this all the time about Alandria because I do feel like this is true. I feel like it is exhausting, Ebony. But like Alandria said, it's also something I would never trade, you know? I think that Alandria is one of those people that's going to be like, I don't think she likes everything to be addressed. Because she's so hyper aware of the response that she'll get, right? Like, I know that Alandria could probably imagine if they did speak out, it wouldn't necessarily qualm things. I think she's aware that like if his family spoke out, or like if his family spoke out publicly in defense of her, that it might only continue to fuel them doing things against her. Like, I think that she can imagine the backlash it would continue to provoke towards her. It still wouldn't go to his family. I don't think. I think it would actually get worse for her. And I think to your point, like about your dad and your mom, I think, right, that like, yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Like, right, being the type, and I believe that, you know, I want your deeds, your actions need to match. So how are you moving, right? And I think it's one thing to be defending a person that you love against, you know, these three people in y'all's circle. It's a whole nother thing to be trying to defend them against the world and what that might. So like, I'll give this example. Abused people, a lot of times when you step in and you name something and you're calling it out and you are trying to defend that person, they still have to go home with that motherfucker. And guess what happens? It's usually worse. Because now you done embarrassed me. So I think that to some extent, right, that there's also this like this balancing of them around, I don't want to make it worse. And maybe not them thinking that, but her thinking that. And so asking people to be mindful of what they do and what they say in defense of her, because of what that might continue to draw to her. There was an article, y'all, by Rolling Stone about, and it should be Summer in the Skinny. Absolutely. Yeah, I think, again, y'all, like the people that hold the obligation around this are, I would say, the network first, because they have the most cover. No individual person is going to be experiencing any backlash from it, right? The network is going to be saying something and providing cover. Then there comes like the individual people at the network, that whoever has the most amount of privilege is who should be saying something about it. You feel me? TT, hi, TT. Yeah, Adelaide. Love Island needs to say something first. Also, Love Island needs to take a break and reevaluate sometimes. Agree. Yeah, Summer in the Skinny, I'm not catching all of y'all's conversation, but I agree. Staying silent is, I've said that before on this live. If you are silent in the face of oppression or abuse, you have sided with the oppressor and the abuser. Period. Full stop. It is what it is. Lady Wash, Love Island needs to diversify their leadership. Absolutely. Oh, okay. Yeah. I can understand like how that can be like a nuanced thing, right? Of like, Diane, good question. I can understand how that can be like a nuanced thing of like, not everything needs my energy, but certain things, yeah, we do got to put energy on it. Diane says, should we be writing Peacock? I'm asking for real. I mean, yeah. I mean, and I'm going to say it like jokingly, right? But ain't nothing like a strongly worded letter. But more than anything, right, it is a dollars thing, right? Which is why I said earlier, to make sure that y'all are aligning with brands, y'all are aligning with brands that are actively saying they're not in support of these things and are actively supporting people, right? That's true too, Angelia. These people have representation. They can't just do whatever anymore. What's the tea with Jeremiah and Bella? I think Jeremiah says that there is no tea, right? Didn't Jeremiah say that they're not dating? Okay, he said he's single. He said they're friends. Yeah, so as far as I know, there is no tea. Y'all, I did not expect to find out, like literally I found out about this article like 5 minutes before I was planning to go live, because that was not what I thought we were going to talk about today. I thought we were going to talk about something totally different. Me and Chris actually talked about it this morning. Yeah, I was like, what? Because it went up and it came down so fast. Really? Not her having a food page and Nick has a food Instagram. She's funny, bro. 404 is funny. Yeah, they're not official non-lies. So basically Shelly said in her interview that she's not his girlfriend. They're just monogamously dating. TT, yes. Are you talking about the Teen Vogue interview? I have watched the Teen Vogue interview, if that's what you're talking about. We actually listened to it on my live together yesterday. Mia, did she not see that Nick said he don't give a fuck? Hey, Anika. That's so funny to me. Like, why do you have a boob page, girl? She said, yeah, to your question, she giggles. Lady Wash is telling you, but Shelly said that he needs to ask her to be his girlfriend. Not imagine if Nick lasted longer. You are funny for that, bro. You're funny. I'm screaming. I'm sure she has a burner account and she be following they shit, bro. She gotta be. She gotta be. That's funny. Y'all, that was... Today drained me, like Alandra would say. That was a lot, y'all. I was not expecting to read that. I am going to make a post for y'all with the screenshots so that y'all can see it. And then you can take screenshots of the screenshots or whatever. Because it doesn't let you like send pictures on here. Yeah, I'm going to post it for you, Anika. You also can look for it on the Wayback. Like if you Google Wayback Machine, it'll take you to the archives page and you can look it up from the title. Yeah, I think she was talking about immediate future for not wanting to have kids too. But I will post it. But yeah, you can also find it there, like if you want to save it yourself as well. Yeah, y'all, I thought we was going to have a fun little kiki and talk shit about Chris. And that was more than I expected. I think definitely the fans are drawing conclusions, TT. And she had not his hair is overseas. Hilga did have like a facial expression, like she had a reaction on her face to that comment. But that could be for lots of reasons, right? It could have been because she knows that Alandra says she does want to have kids at some point and she didn't understand why she said no. I don't know. But I think that, you know what I think about her. She likes to feel like she's being bullied. So that probably felt like her, like people are saying like, oh, Alandra was taking a dig because Huda's the only person in the room that's a mom. Like, what are y'all talking about? Chris didn't do anything except exist, Camille. But I usually don't give certain people space on my platform. Like, I don't talk about them. What? Yeah, Tristana, I think that's how I say it. A lot of people were naming that too, about like how they had just been calling her their daughter Hilton. Yeah, that's why I want to talk about Chris, because I feel like, so here's the thing about Chris. Like I said, I typically don't give certain people space on my page, but I will say this about Chris. A lot of people, I feel like I was one of the only people, I know I wasn't, right? But I feel like I was one of the only people like really clocking Chris's tea, because people it got overshadowed by that other girl. Like as if he didn't come in here on that cray shit too. He thought he was gonna come in there, and anyway, don't get me started. Oh wait, Nikisha, what did his ex say about him? I'm gonna have to go look and see. There are some people that like just don't interest me. Anita, I'm licensed in Texas and in Colorado. Exactly, Jen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in situations like that, you can never place the blame fully on one person. Yeah, I talked a little bit about this last night, right? You're not going to be in a system that's dysfunctional without also having some level of dysfunction. Like like everybody is contributing to the way that this system is working. And so did she. Oh, she did. Thank you so much. Hello, Kelly. His ex said that he was emotionally manipulating and withdrew affection as punishment. And Chris contributed to her feeling comfortable with her victimhood in the villa. Yeah. He said he attracts emotionally unstable women. Ottawa, I did. I actually read the entire article on Live. I did. And I took screenshots of it, so I will post it for you all when I get off. Oh, Ottawa, I'm going to download this live and post it to my YouTube channel so you can go back and watch it because we already talked about it for the last hour and a half. Yeah, they deleted it, but I found it on the Wayback Machine thanks to one of my viewers, and I took screenshots of it. No, don't be sorry, Ottawa. It's okay. Okay, y'all. Well, I'm going to post this for y'all. I'm going to download this and I will post it to my YouTube channel as well. There are already 10 videos over there. 7 of them are my latest lives. All the way back from like July 26th when I first started talking to y'all about Taylor on lives. And like I mentioned earlier, one of my followers sent me an astrologer who pulled Taylor's chart and it confirmed like his astrological chart, and it confirmed a lot of what I've been noticing as a clinician. So I'm going to coordinate with her about coming on to talk about his chart with us, and y'all can like ask questions, et cetera, and we'll just have like a discussion. Don't forget that 2 girls on the podcast talking about Nick. No. Which 2 girls? Don't forget, thank you, Dark Skin Lover Girl. Don't forget, y'all, that tomorrow. Don't y'all forget that tomorrow is when I answer questions for y'all. So go to the link in my bio, fill out the Google form with your questions, and I will answer them tomorrow on live. Oh, I did hear. I feel like, I don't know if I heard that, but yeah, I feel like people be lying. Chelsea, my YouTube is CX Limit, I believe. That link is also in my bio. So if you go to my bio there and like click the link, it'll show you that it's 2 different links. One is the Google form and then one is the YouTube. Thank you, TT. Yeah, I think that Taylor has favor with the Islanders because Taylor knows how to be charismatic and he knows how to put on a show around being the nice guy. I think that it's fake, though. And I think that people just want to make up narratives. That man wouldn't even talk about Nick. That man wouldn't even let that bar the bottle girl pour that liquor down his throat. He was like, I'm cool. So y'all think he was really flirting with somebody while Alandra is at the whole event with him? Like, I just want people to use their critical thinking skills. Ari, do you mean the public? Oh, or you mean the Islanders? How do I think the Islanders see his relationship with Clark post Villa because of the videos? Honestly, I think the girl's story was BS. It doesn't have a name. It just has flowers. I think their story is BS because if he wouldn't do that when she's not there, why would he be whole flirting with people while she is? It just doesn't make any sense. Ari, I don't know. I guess it depends on how the Islanders understand the behavior. Like, are they clocking it? Do they realize there's something wrong with it? Or are they like a bunch of the rest of the public that feels like they're just being playful? They're just playfully bantering. And so again, I just think I think it really just boils down to, do I think the Islanders are choosing to be willfully obtuse when it comes to Tay-Tay? I think that what they want to believe is that what they saw from him is real, because it's really hard to admit that you were duped. It's really hard to admit, damn, I got. And so it's easier to believe that what I saw was real. Like Nick said, I feel like you would be able to pick up on that about 404, right? And so they don't want to believe that they could have gotten got. And so that cognitive dissonance kicks in, right? Y'all, I just realized I was fidgeting. I'm sorry if that was loud. Y'all have to tell me. I don't be realizing I'm doing it. And so they don't want to admit that they got. And I think, it's gonna boil down to, okay, now that they're seeing the videos, are they able to admit that it's not about them getting got, and it's about just how effective he is at the skill of being a shapeshifter? You feel me? Thank you for the gifts. Team Candy always. I actually feel like a lot of times that's about that is about like her not wanting to believe she got, but I also do believe it's about, good morning, baby. I think it's also about like her not wanting to like, she's trying to defend herself against other people that keep calling her delusional or stupid or whatever. She's like, no, this is what I was seeing. I think it's more so about trying to get people to like, shut up. Like, you don't know what my experience was in that villa. You know what I mean? You don't know what I saw that made me think that. Yes, now I can look at it and I can see, because she has said that, like, now I know, but all I could take him at was his word and what I saw. And most people don't like to admit that we all have the ability to be, okay, Anika, so if you go to the Wayback platform and you, at the very top where it has like the little search bar, if you type in the name of the article, it should say like saved one time, and then you click that one time and then it'll show it. Yeah, we missed a lot of the context, right? But it's like a lot of us don't like to admit that we all have the potential to be a victim, because that feels scary to admit. Okay. And I am going to post it, so even if it doesn't. Yeah, I think so too. I think that there had to be like some level of instinct. But again, I've said this before. I do think that she has a harder time trusting her gut. That part, Nola girl. The audience is more focused on making Olandria look stupid than on 3D being manipulative. Exactly. And so she keeps coming back to it, because why do y'all keep thinking I'm stupid? I'm not stupid. I'm smart. And that's what she talks about when she pulls his astrology chart, y'all. This is why we're going to have her. This is why I'm going to have her come on, because I think it is so interesting that a lot of what I see, I didn't know that, Perpy, is in his chart as well. So Shelly and EJ met up. I wonder if Olandria will receive backlash from fans due to her last live. You mean Alandra's last live or Shelly's last live? Non-live, that's a great point. 3D is a man, so he gets the benefit of the doubt. Exactly. They'd rather... Oh, he went to a meet and greet. They would rather believe the man. EJ is a content creator on here. Yeah, I'm wondering like what live you mean, because Alandria did get a lot of hate from that live. They were contacting brands trying to get them to drop her, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Alandria told everybody that she talked to him offline. Like she had a separate, like an inbox conversation with him. I really, yeah, I don't. Did she have a live after when the Avengers came on or whatever the fuck they call themselves? Oh, okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, she did face backlash for that already. I'm like, how did I miss it? If she did have another live. I think it was, I don't know. Who do I think phoned Alandria on that live? Nick or her mom? I don't know. It could have also been management. But either way, they were like, get off. Yeah, they said that, but she said it was her mom calling. Either way, it don't matter. She got off. No, when I was on the live, she said her mom was calling. But I don't think it, either way, she got off the call. I mean, she got off the live, and then she put out a statement, and then somebody came in. Was ending the live enough, or did you? Because they're so fucking aggy. And then she responded to that person and was like, I already talked to him. Basically, shut the fuck up. I did, Daya. I actually read it out loud on this live. I'm going to post a TikTok for y'all after this with the screenshots. And then I'm going to download this live and I will post it onto YouTube so that you can go back and watch it. Because I did talk about it. But yeah, y'all, I don't think that I think Nick was joking. I don't think he actually meant that he actually, period, that he actually follows Ace TT. Jen, I try to have grace because I know people be popping in. I'm learning to be better about being like, I already answered that. I will post this though. That's all. I'm trying to be better about that part. Yeah. No, I don't think he got that tattoo for real, y'all. I don't think he's that crazy. He's a goddamn model. I don't believe he's put... Daya, please don't be sorry. Please don't be sorry. You didn't know. You asked a fair and appropriate question. I'm pretty sure he didn't get that damn tattoo. He just be trolling. That man is a model. He ain't putting no big ass tattoo like that on his back. Yeah, he pinned a comment of someone saying that he plays too much. Yeah. Shanika, are we going live tomorrow? We are going live tomorrow. And I mean, it also could be like one of those, like someone said, they do have those tattoos that fade. They're not like real tattoos, but I don't think he even did that. Yeah, it's like Tata said, Daya, we are a brave space over here. You can pretty much say and ask whatever you want to say and ask in here. We hold all the space. And we're courageous in here. Did you see the GQ one word cast interview? No, I'll have to go look at that when I get off. And I want to go watch the Janae interview because subscribers, I am going to be posting some Janae content for y'all today. Because I have a lot of thoughts about Miss Ma'am. But I don't post everything publicly, y'all. I can't let it be on the FYP. Okay. I have been watching Beyond the Villa, TT. I have been. not Kenny's Janae. PPG's Janae, non-live. No, but yeah, that is who I'm talking about. That is who I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go watch her interview. I'm gonna watch the GQ interview. Okay, that's actually who I enjoy watching the most, Cammie, is Liv and Kaylor. I feel like they make for such good content. I just need to make the videos, but they make for such good content. Wait, Nola girl, something happened today? What happened today? Oh, okay. Given all of the stuff with the Rolling Stone article. Yeah. Of course, yes, y'all. I will they already renewed it for a second season, TT. So likelihood is that some people from season 7 will be on Beyond the Villa next season. That'll be interesting to see. Y'all, so I am going to post the TikTok after this with the screenshot pictures of the article. I know y'all, they gonna have to adjust some things. They really are gonna have to address some things. And I'm going to, it is going to be the Casa Rejects. That's so funny because like, why are Aaron and Connor there? Like, no shade, but like, Aaron is really depressed. You could see on every single episode, that man does not want to be there. He literally just is like, I need a check, baby. That's why I'm here. Okay. Cause he don't want to be there. But I will post the TikTok with the screenshots of the article. I will, subscribers, watch the interview with Janae and post content about that. I'm going to post content about her anyway because of her Beyond the Villa antics right now. And then what else did I say I was going to do for y'all? Oh, tomorrow I'm going to be live at, yes, please follow me if you don't follow me. You can also register for the live events. But it'll be 2 p.m. Pacific time, which is 3 p.m. Mountain time, 4 p.m. Central, and 5 p.m. Eastern. And tomorrow I answer all of the questions. Yes, I'm also going to repost this for y'all. Tomorrow I will answer all of the questions that y'all have put into the Google form. So if you asked me something today that I did not answer, please put it in the Google form and I will make sure, like, I prioritize answering y'all's questions on live tomorrow. And it's the link in my bio. You can also find the link to my YouTube in my bio so that you can watch this. Okay. I hope that y'all have a beautiful rest of your Saturday and your weekend. I will see y'all on live tomorrow. Bye, y'all.